Hello, everyone. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. A couple days ago, I came across an article online quoting former Ohio State quarterback Kirk Herbstreit as saying he'll be, quote, surprised if we have any college and pro football this fall. He cites the apparent problem that a vaccine is still a year away. I'm afraid I have to say he's spot on this one. Right now, the modern college campus is a haven for people in their early 20s with no clue they may be infected and pass on the virus. On game days, I can't imagine the disaster that takes place when 100,000 fans are in Michigan Stadium or the some 70,000 at the Horseshoe in Columbus. So many young adults amongst them, with 45 players on each team aged 18 to 22 thrown in there too. Not exactly the risk college towns will want to face this fall, is it? No. Same thing for the NFL. Lambeau Field cannot afford to become a cesspool for COVID-19. Look, yes, sports bars will leave their workers unemployed. We'll miss a very, very badly needed distraction, believe me, and a major part of football fans' lives will be gone this autumn. That's for sure. And no, unemployment will be no laughing matter for those bartenders who are out of work. Now, having said that, it sure won't be funny when big football schools like Alabama or USC end up with a player as patient zero for a new wave of COVID either. Look, don't get me wrong, these games will be canceled merely for publicity reasons, not player safety. But that's just as well, because the public's health won't be endangered and college and pro football's image won't go in the toilet for good. This is about critical thinking. College and pro football will survive the concussion crisis. What will kill them is if Roger Goodell decides to focus more on dollars than common sense. No one wants to see Aaron Rodgers showing symptoms of COVID on Monday Night Football with a self-quarantined public watching. That'd destroy people's spirit for good. The cold hard truth? Chances are no. No, we won't be ready for some football this August. I'll admit, none of us will like it when NFL cities become ghost towns this year. The city of Green Bay will have its civic pride take a massive hit with no Packers games and will be left to pretend the NFL was never founded 100 years ago to begin with. There will be nothing fun about this. Let's not kid ourselves. But we'll have to put fun on the back burner with New Year's Eve approaching. It's a matter of have to, not want to. It's not like the NFL or NCAA is going to fold. The NFL is still going to be around, as will college football. We'll just have to see an historic event, say the first time an NFL season was canceled, and it was actually for the greater good. These days, it's hard to justify focusing on things like who will win the Heisman or how Tom Brady will fare in Tampa. We have things like hospital equipment, sickness, and a failing economy thanks to this thing to worry about. It's not going to be worth making things worse opening the Big House in Ann Arbor or Soldier Field in Chicago. Last week, I said this is no time for games. I'm afraid this fall won't be any different. We'll all have to settle for playing Madden indoors instead. At least we'll have that. Call up your family and friends, read a book, find something enjoyable, and cut down on your news intake this fall. Just act like it's still summer because we're going to be in a new world from August through February. No games, no highlights on NFL Network or ESPN, and bigger fish to fry. Football can only be enjoyable when you don't have to hear of a pandemic anyway. Would we really want that to spoil the games? Of course not. A lot of people right now would be insulted if you focused on the NFL or college football. We have people laid off from work, have sick family members, for people all across the country, the works, all across the world. We should worry about that, not whether the Chiefs can become a dynasty. Give me a break. A lot of us, myself included, wish for distraction, but odds are sports cannot provide that this year, and we'll have to cope without it. We'll just have to soldier on and find another way to distract ourselves come August. We'll have to get creative, I know that. But we don't get a say. We really don't. Big football schools like Alabama will be a lot different when the Crimson Tide aren't playing on Saturday with that stadium empty. It'll be weird, painful, you name it for that state, no doubt. But the world is different with this pandemic, whether we like it or not, and that 3rd and 4 won't be the most pressing issue this fall. This is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. So long.